It's Easter weekend 2021, and we have to leave Mazatlan, which has been our home for the last year and a half. As a matter of fact, we actually have to leave Mexico right now. And most of our viewers will already know why we're leaving, but if you're new to the channel, you're going to find out why. So this last-minute travel scramble of ours means that our only choice is a 17-hour bus ride to the border. Once there, we're going to cross into the United States on foot during the pandemic, so we're going to show you what that's like. So our journey begins in Mazatlan, and as I said, this is Easter weekend, and Mazatlan is wide open. But we have to leave anyway, so stick around and you'll find out all about it. So we have a nighttime bus ride, it's approximately 16 hours, 17 hours, whatever. So the bus was 1,900 pesos, just over 1,900 pesos. That's, how much you said that was?
It's $95 for a 17-hour bus journey. So it's a 6:30 bus that we're taking. We should get into Juarez at about 11:30 in the morning. Hopefully earlier, but probably around 11:30.
We get to sleep on the bus, hopefully. I'm going to try. So our plan when we get there is to take a bus to the center of Juarez from the bus terminal and just walk across the border. We're not anticipating any problems. It's border crossings on foot is something we've done in the past, but I think by the time this is all said and done, we're looking at a 3-day journey until we finally get to where it is that we're going, and we'll tell you more about that later. We've flown before. We've flown from here direct to Tijuana for considerably less. We've done that for about $60, and we've crossed into the United States from Tijuana on foot. And I think we just kind of pulled the trigger, so to speak, way too late. And flights were just a little bit more expensive than the bus. So we're taking the cheapest option, but not the most comfortable. Hopefully Wi-Fi works on the bus. I'm not holding out much hope though, so it's gonna be a long day for Jerry, definitely. A long night, yeah. Okay, well that was actually an 18-hour bus ride, 18 hours on the nose actually. We were a little bit behind, ran into a military checkpoint, and a bit of a brief immigration checkpoint too, which just wasn't a problem at all, but that held us up a little bit. How was the bus ride?
Long. Really long.
About as well as an 18-hour bus ride can go. Internet didn't work, a lot of the personal entertainment screens didn't work. There was a kerfuffle about where to plug the headphones in with a lot of people.
The first 2 hours were brutal because the bus was absolutely boiling for the first 2 hours. And then on top of that, somebody thought it'd be a really good idea to get gung-ho with the air freshener. So the bus just reeked of cleaning product air freshener, and the heat just kind of magnified it. So
it was just hanging in the air.
It was brutal, really, really bad. So, like within 2 hours, I had a blinding headache. But it took about 2 hours for them to finally turn the AC on, and it cooled down a bit then. And it seemed like once it cooled down, that stench of the air freshener kind of went away with it.
It was like a cooking air freshener smell. That was just overpowering. But
it was really bad, really, really bad.
So the next part of our journey is to find a local bus right into the center of Juarez and walk across the border and pick up a rental car in El Paso, Texas.
So the day's not over.
No. We're not even going to get in until Monday evening into where we need to be, but
actual destination.
Yeah. So next part of our journey, we're gonna take the camera on board the bus here, and you're gonna see what crossing the border is like on foot in Juarez. Okay, so that bus took about a half hour from the bus station to the center of town, and that cost 8 pesos. So we had to walk through a warren of just little market stalls and such, and just find our way back to the border. We wish we had more time to show you Juarez. Honest, we mean it. But we got to get across the border here soon, and we got something to pick up at 3 o'clock. A rental car, so we'll see you at the border. Obviously I'll have the camera turned off as we're speaking to agents and all that, but we'll take you as far up to that point as we can with the camera here. Okay, so we're getting ready to approach the pedestrian bridge back to the United States. We're not anticipating any problems here. We won't have to turn in our FMM permits. We won't. We never have. When we've crossed into Mexico with our vehicle, we've never had a tip. We've always been in the free zone. So, long story short, we've never turned in an FMM upon leaving Mexico. And we know we're not going to have a COVID test to enter the United States as well. We're confident of that. Okay, we're entering the Puente Internacional Paseo del Norte. This is a pedestrian crossing as well as a vehicular crossing. It seems pretty light here for vehicles. I'm going to see how far we can get filming here, so just stand by. Here's something we've seen in Ojinaga crossing on foot, and that's paying a little bit of a tariff to get out of Mexico. We haven't encountered this in Tijuana. No. Oh, in Canada, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about Canada. All right, okay, so we're gonna pay our fare. We'll let you know what this is all about. So that's only 5 pesos to exit Mexico, 5 pesitos, and we're through that anyway. And just a blessing for your final crossing. There we go. One last time. The Virgin of Guadalupe to see you through. All right, let's go. We've always found crossing on foot is quite simple and straightforward. The vendor traffic is always pretty good though. Coming back into the United States, loads of vendors set up, selling food, souvenirs, songs, drinks. We've seen puppies for sale here. You name it. Here's some guy selling sunshades for your car. Alright, I'm starting to see US agents up here. It might be time to shut the camera off. There we go. Don't know if you can make that out or not, but that's the official border. I can't really make it out there. There we go. Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, just an agent there checking to see if indeed we had a passport. She didn't even look at it. Passport was good enough.
Yeah, she just looked at the outside cover and she was grand.
Yeah.
But I mean, they'll check it further.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we'll get a much more further official check of the passport up here. And that's probably where we'll have to shut the camera off. And by the way, up to this point, from when we paid 5 pesos to exit Mexico, this whole process has taken less than 3 minutes.
Yeah,
so,
you can see we just continue walking. There's no queue anywhere, so yeah.
And if you're ever wondering about your FMM when you're crossing on foot, understand that things can and do change. But in our experiences crossing in a vehicle without a tip and on foot as well, you never have to show an FMM. You don't even see a Mexican border agent.
No.
So
as you're leaving.
As you're leaving, right. So thank you. But right now, we're here to tell you that also this can change. But as of today, which is April 3rd, 2021, there's no COVID test required to get into the United States if you're a U.S. citizen by land. So that covers you in a vehicle or on foot. So
Thank you.
yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of a line up here now. But no COVID test. And that's just the way it is. That's not our policy. Okay, so just like that, we're back into El Paso, Texas. I think from that lineup, it probably took about 15 minutes to get seen to. And that's the building we just came from. And we're just gonna head across this bridge to El Paso, get a city bus out to the airport, and rent our car. That's it. No COVID test, as I said.
No ending in the FMM.
The FMM was, whether you have one or not, nobody's asking for it. Like I said, that could all change. But
on foot.
From our own experience and the way we cross, even crossing without a tip, the FMM is never asked for. In fact, you never even see a Mexican agent while crossing into the United States. So just something to consider. Like I said, things can change, but in our years of experience doing this, it's never been the case to turn that in. And no COVID test right now, but again, that could all change. So, all right, we only have a couple blocks to go to get the city bus out to the airport, and we'll pick up our rental car. And we're about to begin 2 more legs of the journey. Another bus, and now another long drive ahead of us. From the border, it was just about a 5-minute walk to the central bus station in downtown El Paso, where our bus to the airport was awaiting. It was a pretty long 45-minute ride to the airport, but for $1.50, you really can't complain. We picked up our car and headed to our next destination. And we promised to tell you why we were leaving Mexico in the first place. We're actually on our way to a almost 3-month-long house sit in New Mexico. And this is one of our repeat house sits, and it's definitely our favorite. And our next video is going to show you a little bit more about Albuquerque. We used to live here, so we're going to tell you our take on the city, and we're going to show you where we used to live. So if you enjoyed this video, we'd appreciate it if you give it a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already, and share this video as well.